Day 14, your Denver Broncos slip back into pads for about 2 hours as they continue the installation of Pat Shurmur's offense and Vic Fangio's defense now in year 2. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Training Camp Tonight. While the injury bug has been one of the biggest storylines surrounding this team over the past couple of weeks, there were a few guys out on the practice field today showing a little bit of progress. Linebacker Todd Davis, cornerback Michael Ojemudia, safety Elijah Holder, and wideouts Jawan Winfrey and KJ Hamler dressed in pads today and worked on the sidelines throughout practice. For more on why those guys were in pads today, injury updates on Trey Fumagalli and Bradley Chubb, and how no live scrimmages this year are complicating things, let's hear what Coach Fangio told the media this afternoon.
I wanted them doing their rehab work in pads.
Okay, just because...
Just get them, used to doing their work with their helmet, their shoulder pads on, what they're going to be carrying when they come back.
Okay. And do you have any more information on Fumagalli?
Yeah, he underwent a procedure yesterday. He's going to be fine. Probably be a week or so before he's back, but when he's back, he's 100%. There's no lingering effects.
Yesterday, you said Bradley Chubb probably won't be playing at the level he was pre-injury in week 1. Is that something you expect all season and long-term, or is that just for the start of the season?
Well, that's to be determined, really. I'm not going to put a limit on it, and I'm not going to put a floor on it. Hopefully it happens sooner than later, but we'll see.
I heard you just say you're probably not going to go live tackling to the ground outside of that short yardage goal line situation. What percentage of that callus can you build up that you've talked about before Monday Night Football, but also walking that line of not actually playing how it's going to be played on Monday Night Football?
It's hard. It's it's not an easy decision to make. We always had the preseason games for that, so you didn't have to worry about it. And now, if you do 12 or 24 live plays, between now and game time, how much is that really simulating it? Everybody might get 1 or 2 shots. So we've just made the decision as an organization to not do it.
Well, in addition to Coach Fangio, Cortland Sutton and Bouye also met with the media today to share how no live scrimmages are affecting them personally and who's impressing them on the opposite side of the ball.
Individuals, some form of tackling we work on, but you don't get that game field, and without having preseason games this year, it also makes it tough. So you never want to go into week 1 having the expectation that you're going to miss tackles, but we have to do everything we can to be put in position. So even with the run game, we're doing things of making sure that we're knowing where our help is when we're tackling, running to the ball, still trying to throw it up. But like I said, you really can't simulate the game field.
What's it like going up against Cortland Sutton, and what type of player do you think he can be this year?
It's fun going up against him. We have our battles, and he's a bigger receiver, and when I'm pressed up against him, it's really about just using my feet instead of being physical with him, because that's the type of battle that he wants. And, his catch radius is very high. And one thing I think people don't notice is, especially when you play off and he gets going, he actually gains ground and has a good stride to get downfield faster than what people think. So when you have somebody like that who actually has good speed and attack the ball like a basketball player, it's very tough for DBs to have one-on-one matchups with him.
What's just been your impression of Bouye and what he kind of brings to that defense as you face him in practice? And then obviously Bryce Callahan, after all that he went through back and playing well, what's been your impression of how those two guys have led that cornerback spot?
First I'll talk about Bryce. To see Bryce go, come in last year, battle injuries, and to see the frustration of him not being able to go out and play. It's really good to be able to see him out there moving around full speed and making plays all around the field. I know he's excited and happy to be back on the field. I'm happy he's back out there because he brings a different element to our defense. And then AJ's a proven vet, a guy who's been around the block, who played really good ball, and he's done the same thing in camp. It's been fun going against him to get some really good work. It's fun to be able to push him, and he pushed me so that we're ultimately getting each other better for the season. just fun watching his both of those dudes go out there and work, and then mesh off of the rest of the DBs back there in the back. They got a nice little group back there out there flying around making plays. It's fun to see.
Well, it is always great to hear from those guys, but today I was reminded just how much I love hearing stories told by the Ring of Fame linebacker Simon Fletcher. He is by far one of the most engaging and endearing former players. So as we head to break, I will leave you with one of my favorite Simonisms.
When you played, did you have any obstacles like that, injury type obstacles that you had to overcome?
In '87, I broke my thumb, and they put a hard cast on during the week, and I still had to go through two-a-days every game of the season. On game day, they switched to a soft cast, and I realized that soft cast, I'd break that thumb within the first series of every game. So after 2 weeks of that, I'd go out, do the pregame warm-up, go down to the goal post, and I'd take my thumb and I'd break it on the end of the goal post. That way I did it.
You would do what?
I'd break it again. It was going to break before the first series, so I said I'd rather break my own thumb than have somebody playing for the stinking Raiders break my thumb today. So I just walked down the end zone, and everybody's walking past, and I just, pow, get it over with, finish the season.
Wait a minute, is that normal?
Whoever said I was normal?
Well, good point.